I guess it's possible, yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely an interesting start here. Not the usual 6 starting heroes you see.
Yeah, I mean, Cthulhufont's one thing, usually banned, so maybe some logic there, but the really recent gaming side is one that's really tricky. I mean, Warbeast Ravener, especially in the first couple of picks. Well, what do you think? What do you make of that? What do you expect here?
Like, I don't know. Like, obviously Ravenor has a great burst, and with Balakrai they'll be able to like probably take over mid lane. But I have never seen him pick him up this early. I honestly don't know.
All right.
Puppet, obviously, great hero against Dr. Repulsor, has a lot of lockdown, and will pretty much will be able to pick off Dr. Repulsor a lot. And now into a Pyromancer. Yeah, so that's a Ravenor Pyromancer mid. That's an extremely strong lane, like insane amount of burst, and of course with Balakrai you can pretty much nuke down any hero in the game.
Yeah.
So I would like to see Tree either have some kind of similar lane, and with the roam from Cthulhuphont be able to contest it, or dodge it. With the current picks they have, it will be quite hard to contest that lane, so I would say that they just put a one hero mid and dodge it.
Yeah. All right, well, let's see what this final pick is. You got Hanskin right click on that Blacksmith. I think a little troll going on right there. We've seen a lot of heroes, but I think Blacksmith is one that I don't know if we should expect ever to see, unfortunately.
Maybe we'll see him in a couple months. Like, maybe people will start picking him for whatever reason.
Maybe.
Who knows?
That staff change was pretty big. So.
Maybe we have like played on Smurf accounts and picked Blacksmith like 10 times already. How will you ever know?
No, well, we'll never know until it happens.
Exactly.
Boy. They're using a lot of extra time here, as they should, though. Of course, it's the last pick anyway, so making sure that they're going to be good to go. I still, it looks like it's lining up. I mean, again, there's also the question of whether that's going to be a Suicide or a Jungle Warbeast. It seems like,
it's got to be Suicide. Like, they can't run like a passive jungler Warbeast.
No. They're going to have Puppet Top, Warbeast, Suicide, Ravener, Pyramid. So yeah, we're looking. What are they gonna? Are they gonna do a trialing top? No, that's retarded. Wait.
Rhapsody.
I'm really.
They might just do.
Yeah, they're gonna. Well.
I think they might do defensive tri-lane. They might just go defensive tri-lane because, like you said, they can't
there
really.
We go.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, now it makes more sense. I was like, wait, yeah, of course. I didn't actually see that Tempest wasn't banned, so they actually left one jungler on the board, which is a huge misdraft in my opinion from Tree, because Tempest Warbeast has insane amount of push potential, and the lanes are looking really, really strong in Recent right now. So I would definitely say that Recent has an extremely strong lineup. Of course, Rhapsody Legion does as well.
Yeah.
Now, that's going to be a Rhapsody Kraken mid, and honestly, there's nothing they can do against Ravener or Pyro. Like, Ravener will have total free farm, and I would have liked them better to see them dodge mid lane. They could still put Rhapsody bottom to try and box out Warbeast against the Dr. Repulsor, so that could work as well.
I think they should try and aggressive though, because there's so much greedy picks here coming from Reason. They've got 4 core farmers that all need farm. Tempest, Warbeast, Ravenor.
Yeah, but if they trial and aggressive, all they have to do is block the left hard camp. Cthulhu can't do anything, and they box them out with Balakrai. Like, you cannot a Balakrai support against a non-Balakrai support. Well, obviously the non-Balakrai support will get completely shut out. So if they decide to trial lane, long lane, I feel like they'll be. Wait a second.
No, they can just run Cthulhuphant as one of the solos. Just have Kraken, Torture, Rhapsody, tri-lane. You don't need Cthulhuphant in the tri-lane, but you could just run maybe Cthulhuphant mid.
No, I just noticed Boxy was on the Cthulhuphant.
Yeah,
you're right. My bad. So they're gonna have Doctor Bottom, Kraken mid, and tri-lane with Elephant in the lane. That's interesting.
Because Battlecry is going to do a lot, but I mean, it's still going to be 3 heroes versus 2, because Tempest isn't going to have the greatest of impact in the lane, so.
You see,
I actually didn't think of it that way until I saw Boxy on the Cthulhuphant. Now I feel stupid.
It's alright.
It's fine, I do it all the time. Whenever I cast, I look like a retard, so it's nice to actually be right for once, really.
I never do it. Hellhound, gets plenty of information there, so obviously a lot of avoidance happening here on Reason Gaming side, and just simply Tree going through, going to block some camps here.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as they saw these lanes, they should have moved Puppet bottom and had Puppet solo against Doctor, and then just keep Warbeast top, because Warbeast will do a lot better against the tri-lane than Puppet will.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like, as you can see right now with the lane setup, Priceless is still mid, so yeah, like with the information they got from the dogs and with the rotation they saw, I would have moved Puppet bottom and sent Warbeast top, and then had just regular lanes, because they will not be able to contest that top lane unless Minimag gets set.
Now, Zlap, what do you think? I mean, you play Tempest every now and then yourself. He's actually going to Blood Chalice build here with the.
Yeah, he's been watching me play. It's okay.
Yeah? So
Good boy, Nier.
You're proud of him then, following that there.
Actually, we've been theory crafting a little bit, and I will not go into too much about it because obviously it's quite new, and you've only seen me do it once. Actually, you haven't casted me yet.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say I don't know if we've actually seen that. So.
Okay. Oh, you have never seen it. Okay, I've been doing it for the past 2 weeks now. Going Chalice into. We'll see if he does the exact same build on me, and I'll comment on it. But we've been doing theory crafting and testing out a little bit. Been playing a lot of Tempest in High Team lately as well, and. I've swapped my build out completely, and he's currently almost doing the same, except I'm a little bit more gracious in giving my team a little bit of regen. I give my suicide a little bit of regen, and just have 400 gold for myself.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's almost the same build here.
They do this in Dota all the time on Enigma. They always rush the Blood Chalice. They go Blood Chalice.
He already did not go my build, so I'll take back what I said. But, the way I do it is I skill Meteor level 2. You cut down the trees that he's currently staying next to, and you definitely don't kill the camps inside. Then you just farm those free camps all along, and you get Chalice first.
You know, I almost jokingly said, does it involve Meteor? But that's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
it
no,
actually does involve Meteor.
I skill Meteor level 2. Meteor level 2, cut down trees, focus on those 3 camps.
Huh.
And I don't go mana ring first either. We'll see what he decides to do here.
All right, well. Does have the full Blood Chalice coming to the middle lane, actually, as there is action taking place. Kraken taking a good amount of burst. He does put the charge on a Ravener, but ultimately does fall in the end. And a Bloodlust kill obviously coming out for reason right there.
Look at that damage on level 2. That's what I mean. Like, the Legion cannot contest this lane. Even with dance floor, they're going to be doing nothing. So they should have suicided Kraken mid, sent Rhapsody Bomb to push out the War Beast or stop the pull or do something at least. And now they actually spotted Nier running towards the jungles. They know he rotated, which means that the puppet is completely on top, and if he ever steps up, they have a free kill on him. He is level 3 though, so he's gotten a lot of farm so far. And now I'm talking too much, so someone take over, please.
That's fine. We were. That's what we have you on, though. You have a little bit of decent insight, I've heard. So.
Thanks, Breaky.
By all means. Yeah, Mini Maggot. I'm just so used to just with this.
Thanks, dude.
Mini Maggot. I mean, it's just like.
Cheers, dude.
It's good to have a fresh voice, you know. Double damage Pyromancer, actually. Not going to be able to make the most use of this. But, yeah, you mentioned, you see Puppet Master. He's playing pretty safe, though. He's obviously taking effect of the Battle Cry, which currently is level 2 here. Being leveled up by Zane. Rhapsody going to run into Tempest here. And actually kind of box him out a little bit. So, what do you think, I'll throw this at you first, Mini. I mean, what do you think about Tempest kind of rotating into the Legion jungle here?
I think it's a little bit dangerous in the sense that if Rhapsody does rotate over, then if Rhapsody and Torch do rotate over, then he won't be able to farm down here. And plus, everyone sort of could just rotate and kill him. And yeah, okay, he's camps have been blocked up, but he could easily rev them out. But I mean, Slap's the jungle player, so.
I personally would start in this matchup, and after I saw players and heroes, I personally would have started with at least 1 counter ward, and I would have stayed in my own jungle because he knows easy camp not blocked, hard camp not blocked, medium camp is blocked. You have a 50-50 of getting the ward in the medium camp, and you also saw them running all the way, so I would have gotten that ward because you actually saw him place it with Togies. So I would have stayed and just had those free camps and just taken that without any... and there we go, he's dead.
There you go, exactly. Right on cue almost, just talking about how that's risky of him, and sure enough, ends up biting him in the ass there. So Nier goes down, and we'll have to respawn here, and we'll see if he probably heads back to his own jungle now.
Also, going Blood Chalice first is a very greedy play because you'll always be on low life, regening mana with Blood Chalice instead of mana potions, of course. And you have to keep that into account. So if you go aggressive jungle, pop Chalice to spawn new elementals, every time you do that, you're getting lower and lower and lower, and he doesn't actually have any health regen.
Yeah.
So, disagree on the fact of moving, and also his item build is not fit for enemy jungle. So, not really the smartest play here from Nier. But also, at the same time, we have to give a little bit of profit to Tree, because they're actually laning this doing well to push him out. But in all... what are we...
Now, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to cut you off, though.
No, I was thinking... what was I going to... Yeah, the way the lanes are set up right now, Reason is winning mid, and they're winning bottom, and they have a jungler. So, in terms, they should, really get ahead in this matchup with the way they're doing. So if Nier wasn't dying there, the XP and gold would probably be around 1k.
Lane.
Yeah, they're going to dive right here. Warby's coming out. I was going to say, Puppet Master is here. They know Doctor's low, but he actually pops a health potion. That could be the difference maker if anything. Cthulhu comes in. No, it will not. Down goes Doctor, but at what cost here for Warby? It definitely is going to cost him his life. He's just going to try to delay it as much as possible, but surely enough, will fall in the end. So yeah, big dive ends up dying in the process. But yeah, exactly. I was going to point out that Puppet Master coming down here in the first place. I didn't know if that was a transition in effect or if they're just looking for a gank in the first place. And he actually does pour it back to the top lane. So never mind about all that. And he will just pick up some free farm up here. As the bot obviously be at the bottom now, so Puppet Master at least should be able to recover a little bit now because of the open up here. So dive though, he does hit level 6, at least to Zane. So that's kind of good news, I guess. Even despite that death.
Yeah, like a huge advantage for Reason if played properly, just in terms of laning in the start of the game. But as you can see, Tree are doing very well. Like they're even in terms of gold, and they actually had a little bit in XP. So doing good, and of course good rotation by Boxy, TPing bottom, and now he's on his way back top here.
Now,
so a good rotation and helping out bottom.
So we got Ravener here. Ravener's definitely an interesting hero. He's again one of these kind that could most certainly go kind of different style of builds and. You see it being played by Embry here. What do you expect? Do you think it's just more the portal key, more for initiating purpose, Mini?
Yeah, I mean, they need some kind of initiation.
I was just thinking. I was not
They
meant
say
to
that. He's going to get caught, though. Firemancer comes in, but he's just too late. 4 players collapsing right there. Good job by Kraken, actually. Setting up the release Kraken to get the kill, so.
Man, this Caster's Curse is legit, man. Like,
legit, yeah.
We talk about Ember and he just instantly dies. But yeah, I think they need some kind of initiation. He doesn't need to go some kind of carry Revenant, which I've seen sometimes be done by Tree. I think Portal Key would be fine here. Like they've got like the damage potential with Puppet Master, Warbeast, and they've got the burst potential from Pyromancer as well. So I think Portal Key would be fine here. Try and open up the map, get a few kills on like the Torture and Rhapsody. They're so easy to get picked off as well. So I think Portal Key is what we're going to see here as well.
Yeah. Huh.
Agreed.
Look at that right there. That's kind of interesting, actually. He's one of 3 heroes that happens to be played at least 5 games. Him, Bloodhunter, and Balfagor. The others that actually have not won a single game of those at least 5 games. So, well then. Not the stat comparison that he wants to be thrown into in Reason Gaming's favor, but you know, that is kind of interesting because really, Ravener, he seems like he has a lot of potential to be a strong initiator. As you pointed out, we've already seen it early on in this game. A lot of burst damage potential, especially with that very powerful lane partner such as a Pyromancer. Do you think there's logic for that? That just happens to be coincidence as to why he has 0 wins?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know what you think about Slept, but.
No idea. I think it's just coincidence. I mean, it comes down to who's playing the heroes, of course, what teams, what strategies. I think it's just a coincidence, really. But wait, let's see. We released 5 games. Everyone is 1 of 3 heroes. Bloodhunter, Wait, Balfour has 0 wins?
Yeah. You guys lost with him as Suicide Balfour.
What? Oh, right. Oh, yeah. We haven't actually picked Balfagor in Hauntor besides that Suicide game, as you mentioned yourself.
That was in the first cycle, I believe, against BMG. So, yeah, Balfagor, you know, again, kind of another one on there. Even Bloodhunter, I mean, he has potential. And we were actually talking about that yesterday. Dr. Repulsor, very popular carry pickup. Bloodhunter seems like he's a very good counter to a hero like Dr. Repulsor because of that single target silence, but don't see him a whole lot.
I personally don't think he adds much to a team, and I think there's a lot better heroes than Bloodhunter, so I'm not surprised to see Bloodhunter on the list. But Balfagor and Ravener are definitely, like you said yourself, Ravener has potential to be a very, very strong hero. And in a lane like this, Pyro, Ravener, and Warbeast, that is a very strong lane.
Scary, scary stuff. Top lane, they were trying to set up a gank on Immaboy playing the Puppet Master, but again, he was playing it very, very passive. And again, look at Immaboy's GPM. We mentioned this last game, too. He's off to a very slow start. You know, he was kind of an awkward lane last game against being the long lane. This time, not really awkward lane, but more so that he was outnumbered at the short lane up top. He's only 186 gold per minute, and he's moving around a lot early on in this game. We mentioned earlier how he's at the bottom lane, and he's actually going to the Legion jungle here. They're trying to set up again. I mean, he's basically ran from the top to all the way through the middle, now to the bottom, only to not have a gank come out. Top lane, no, yeah, we do see a jump on a Tempest, who happens to be here. Cthulhu already leading the way. Torture follow-up, and it is going to be enough damage for the kill. Tempest had an ultimate, but, you know, it was too risky and probably wouldn't have worked out anyways in the end. So, good kill onto him, and again, I find this, okay, Puppet Master actually is going to be doing some ancients, but without Whispering Helm especially, no lifesteal, I mean, this is not the easiest to do. Granted, he has Ravener now Warbeast with him. And I guess the glowing red hand. So, is this something to be of concern, though, for Reason? I mean, or is it understandable that he's far behind and you just expect him to recover here?
Well, it's not. If Ravenor can pick up a portal key, then it's going to create a lot of space for Puppet Master. Like, Puppet Master can recover quite well, not only from farming, but if he gets a few kills, obviously, with the Voodoo Puppet, he can recover quite well. He's only 200 GPM, he hasn't died once, and that's probably the biggest factor. And Imberboy, I mean, sometimes he has bad starts, but you always see him have high GPM because he can recover. So I don't think it's the biggest issue for Reason. As long as he sort of stays alive, then I think Reason will be fine with it. He'll eventually get his recovery farm on soon, so it should be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is finding him a place to be able to recover. As you see, they just did 3-man Ancients at this minute, and it actually took them like a minute to kill, so not very efficient farming right there. And as you can see, Tree is actually ahead in Golden XP, which is not something you want to see when you have a jungler on your team.
Yeah.
So Tree doing good here. But yeah, as Minimag said, Puppet Master definitely has the ability to come back into a game, so I don't think we have to worry much about that. It's all going to come down to what Bray does with his PK, but I just saw him pick up a power supply, which I don't really like. I would have liked to see him go straight up PK instead of build up items and try and set some ganks up.
Yeah, it seems more the Swinamiln style right here. Going for a lot of build up first and then eventually into the portal key. So, I mean, he has another 1100 gold saved up, so again, he's getting there, but most certainly that obviously set him behind a little bit as far as picking it up and having that high impact. Top lane, possible gank being set up here. Tempest, again, he has the ultimate. He's looking for the position, but he doesn't want to go in too early. Through the bot, of course, with the trample, can definitely get away if he spots that incoming. And actually, it looks like it isn't going to happen in the end. Instead, Puppet Master will just get some free reign as far as that farm is concerned. And something I'm noticing too, Hanskin happens to be playing Dr. Pulsar again. Again, we talked about he's playing and plays with Baltazar today as a carry player. Again, this is just simply if he has a ringer situation. Nothing more than that from our understanding. But back-to-back games where he's playing Doctor, I kind of wondered if there's a little bit to that. If this just happens to be a hero that he's somewhat comfortable on, at least, as far as a carry role goes, or maybe it just happens to be coincidence once again. But
although, I mean, Tree love Doctor though. They love them some Doctor. Like it's perfect pick
They
up.
definitely do.
Very aggressive, and they always pick it up, and they never really have any kind of second carry. They always run Doctor as the one. They do have Kraken here in this game, but still he can't really semi carry. I mean, he can to a degree, but it's going to be all on Doctor really this game, just like the last game as well. So
yeah,
they really like to have like counter initiate when they get dove on. Like that's why they really like Doctor. We always ban it against them, so they never actually get to pick him against us. But other teams have not really picked up on that yet. Like, if they want Doctor, you want to force them to pick it in the first 3 picks and not later. They're porting bottom, by the way. Might be a little bit of a mini team fight here.
Speaking of Doctor Repulsor, can he react in time? Blazing Strike right off the bat, but the protectability comes out. It mitigates quite a bit of damage right there. It buys the time needed. Even the Tempest ultimate used. I think if you're Tree, you're pretty happy with the way that ended off. I mean, sure, you lose Rhapsody, even the tower gets denied, but you got a Tempest ultimate used, and Doctor Repulsor stays alive. I mean, that's the power, protection, melody amongst many things right there. As I always say, it's like you don't even need it to be a full duration. You just need it enough to mitigate the important stuff. And in fact, they're going to be going for a counter kill right here. He pulls in Puppet Master. Here comes Cthulhu Font and Obliterate on top of the trample. And that's an easy kill on Imboboy. So not only does he stay alive, but it allows him to buy time to eventually get a counter kill on the Puppet Master. So yeah, I think the big scenario right there, big situation, big picture, I guess. Tree actually comes out on top in the end. That point, so well played right there.
Very good patience there from Elephant, waiting for it because they see like an incoming kill. Reason we're thinking like, oh yeah, Doctor is like half mana, they're not gonna go for me, and they did. So good there to get a kill. And as you can see, he is going the build I do with the Astrolabe first, and with the Red Boots, Chalice, Astrolabe. So he has that, but they haven't really used it. As you can see, 13 minutes into the game, Tier 1 top is not pushed, and that's really not where you want to be.
Yeah.
Especially with a War Beast on your team that just allows you to crush towers faster than lightning. So, yeah, they're going to be losing mid tower here as well. Let's see what they decide to do about it.
Point. Dr. Pulsar going in, though. Puppet Master once again going to be locked down. You always got to be wary of that with a Dr. Pulsar on the other team that he could just jump you out of nowhere. As well, exactly, he did right there to Hanskin. So, Boy, back-to-back times, he goes down this time, the tower kill in favor of Trade. It really seems like Tree's kind of picking up a bit of momentum here. In fact, Regenerate on Doctor, he's going to the top lane. We could definitely see some more kills happening up here, as now Tempest especially in some trouble. There's a collapse. In comes the Regen Doctor. He just allowed to freely fly around. As a result of that, he pulls him in, still going around. It still has not been taken off yet. Finally gets taken off to get the kill on a Tempest. No chance for him really in the end. So there's an Arcana purchased, and they're all 5 just going to be pushing this top lane now. So yeah, you're just talking about the War Beast and Tempest especially. The Hellborn team, if any, would be the ones that would be pushing towers, you would think. They've already lost 2 towers themselves, and very possibly going to be a 3rd tower here at the top lane. That's not good here for a reason.
Yeah, and I think you're really sort of starting to see actually how that 4 calls on one team is just not really working. You've got 230 GPM on Tempest, only 200 GPM on Puppet Master. We talked a little bit before about how we expect him to sort of get back into the game, but he's just really sort of failing to do that because there's nowhere else to farm. All these other heroes on his own team are sort of soaking up the farm, and then they need some heroes that go and start ganking. You got Ravenel with Portal Key here now, but he's still soaking up a lot of farm as well. And I don't know, I think 4 farmers is just a little bit too much, and it's showing here now.
Yeah, and the problem was that they never actually got the farming off in the start of the game. Like they never actually got anything off with their heroes and picks. And the lanes that should have been wins didn't end up doing anything. And of course the jungler didn't have that much of an impact. So really just coming down to the decision making as well. Because as I said before, I feel like wait 1 second.
Ravener and Biz. He's looking for the opening, and I think they might get on a Doctor perhaps. Doctor has no clue Ravener's there. There's the opening ball hitting in the face. Voodoo Puppet comes out, and down he goes. And you even see Firemaster stunning the Voodoo Puppet right there. And remember, it actually transfers everything, including stuns, onto the hero itself. So doing a good job right there and just guaranteeing what was a kill likely anyway. So, they
with the start of the game, I definitely think they should have sent, as I said in the start, Puppet bottom and Warby's top. And they would have done a lot better. But it's really going to come down to the team fights. They actually managed to push 2 towers now, of course, which is really good for Reason. They really need that. But Tree is still ahead a little bit. But yeah, I just want to see Tree keep up the aggression here. I really like the Astrolabe pickup on Elephant, because that's actually going to have a huge impact in team fights. So I like that add-on by Boxy. And once again, you see Hanskin going for the Hellflower, by the way.
Yep, going that tier. Obviously, similar to the last game.
Yeah, and also, I mean, we did obviously talk about how there's so much farm to be going around in Reason, but at the same time, if they can somehow actually progress into sort of the mid to sort of later stages of the game, they are going to be incredibly scary. There's it's almost a tri-core here, and almost a quad-core, obviously, with Tempest as well. I mean, he sucks up a lot of farm, and Tree, once it gets to the later stage of the game, they're not too scary. We saw Dr. Repulsor, he had a big impact in the last game, but going against 4 different cores, particularly going against a Puppet Master as well, they're going to have a hard time actually, carrying against this Reason team. So if Reason can delay as much as possible, they will be in a good position to take this game. So
at this momentum especially, I mean, if they were getting completely shut down, then maybe a different story. But yeah, I mean the gold is basically identical at this point. The experience, a very slight edge in favor of the Hellborn team. And yeah, Ravener actually continues to be the top farmer. And again, that kind of goes back to that. Is that a little bit of concern, the fact that he got the portal key? Why is he soaking up so much farm when you have a Puppet Master, a Warbeast, a Tempest who still needs to stay the Shrunken Head? And maybe even that portal key if that's what you like. So perhaps Ravener, I mean, hell, he even goes a Lightbrand here. Does
God.
That's interesting.
That's really not what he wants to do, but it all comes down to resource control, really. When you run a lineup like this, you have, where you are, it's important that you win the early stage of the game, because if they actually did that, then you're saying, there's 4 farming heroes, but they could have been farming 2 lanes, they could have had Warbeast in the enemy jungle, and they could have had Tempest in their own jungle. If they actually got ahead in the start and Tree wouldn't take over their map as they're doing right now, they actually would have had space for all 4 heroes to get farm. But now when they're behind, they don't, which is why I, as you, really disagree with this Lightbrand pickup, because they won't have the space to farm 4 heroes right now. In the current state of the game and how they're behind, there is no way they'll find 4 spots for their 4 heroes to farm. So disagree with that item pickup, and there's not much else to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really agree with the Lightbrand pickup, but I mean, if we want him to start ganking, who's he really going to gank with? It's kind of hard because you're not really going to be able to gank with Warbeast or I mean maybe Tempest, but he doesn't have a portal key. Pyromancer is just a little bit too squishy. He doesn't have any kind of mobility outside of the Striders. Maybe you can start ganking with Puppet Master once he's pick up the Assassin's Shroud, but until then he's going to be kind of sort of solo ganking, and that's just risky. It's hard to obviously make it happen. So.
But if he really wants to farm, he should have picked up a Thunderclaw, which is a really good item in Ravenor. It gives you a million charges, and it allows you to farm faster than a Lightbrand. So even if he now really, really wanted to farm, which he won't be able to, as I said, because there won't be room for it, then he should have picked up a Thunderclaw. And just as I said, there's no room for it. Look at the map right now. This is what they would be doing if they were in a lead. Tree should really not allow them to do this, because right now he's going to be farming the hard camp with his hero. No. He should be farming the hard camp with his hero and medium camp with his dogs. And then you have Tempest in your own jungle, coupled with Ravenor, and then you have 1 farming top lane. Right now, they're really good spread out.
Well, I mean...
And he also... he also has a good ward there by Priceless in the Legion jungle, so he can see the rotation if they try to kill him on the right side, because he wants to be farming these free camps here. Free camps is all he needs, because then he gives space for his own team. And now you can.
Yep.
Sorry.
Well, no, I mean, I was just gonna. He was actually pushing the bottom lane too, while you know, the little bit of transitioning was happening. I mean, you look at the bottom base tower; it's just about half life currently. And that was pretty much all Warbeast with a little assistance of Pyromancer. So, yeah, Zane, I mean, it's 337 gold per minute, has the Abyssal Skull Steam Boots, and you definitely got to be a little worried about that. In fact, he must have bought something else. Yeah, it's on the courier.
He actually has
wow.
Warhammer and Might Blade.
Yeah, almost a full shrunken head. Just needs a 1,300 gold for that pattern. So, I mean, once he has that, you know, obviously a Warbeast, as we know, is very, very dangerous in itself. And, you know, Puppet Master is going the Assassin's route, still doesn't have it because of his struggling start, but is almost there with that said, having the pattern at least. And, I mean, that also, so we're talking about Ravener, you maybe not agreeing with that item, but what about even the Assassin's route first on Immo Boy, especially with the start that he's had? Do you think that makes most sense? Or?
Yeah, I think it does, because he can't really go Whispering Helm and just start farming, because like we said, there's no space, and if he picks up the Assassin's Shroud, then he can make space for his other teams as well. He can start ganking with Ravener. I think that's the right play to make. But one thing I want to talk about in terms of items, though, is that pretty much all they need is Strong Head on Ravener, Strong Head on Puppet Master, and then Strong Head on Warbeast. And I don't think they can lose a fight against Tree. Like, Tree have... I've talked about this time and time again, but Tree, they never, ever have any kind of physical presence in their drafts. Never. Like, and we're sort of seeing it here as well. If everyone here on Reason pick up Strong Heads, if they can somehow farm it, like, they're not going to lose team fights. They've got Tempest on their team as well. So, like, if they pick up Strong Heads, this game is practically already over, like, in terms of team fighting, so...
Oh,
I agree, but at the same time,
actually on a Pyromancer, and that's going to be because he gets a tower kill though, at least, even though he falls there at the end. So
that's what I mean though with their lead. Like if this game prolongs, then once again, like last game, Reason has the advantage, and with the items and with the heroes they have, they'll be able to farm and split push like crazy, which is what Tree shouldn't allow them to do. They really need to utilize this lead, which we've been talking about in previous casts, that they're not really, that's not their strongest side, to utilize the lead they have.
Yeah.
They're not really good at recognizing, okay, we're really, really far ahead. Let's take this advantage we have and push it forward. So hopefully here we can see Tree start making some things happen here, and not allow Reason to like pick up farm on all of their heroes. Because look at the golden experience. He's actually really even though they're 9 and 4 in kills.
Well, they're going to try to get a kill happening right here, because one finds Tempest, gets the trample on the team support, though, not even anywhere close enough. In the meantime, Torture down here, actually going against Warbeast. I don't know about that. It's just Torture right now by himself. Warbeast is going to be scared enough, though, to run away back over to Tempest, and Dr. Repulsor does cut him off. So Warbeast able to make the getaway. But now Pyromancer and actually Ravener going in. Ravener, he's pretty squishy, though, and he is going to end up falling. But this Kraken actually catches Pyromancer. It's going to at least slow him a little bit. Didn't catch him with the stun, though, as well as he added damage, but a nice portal key for Cthulhu destroys the auto attack, going to be fine. Buyback on Ravener, though. Very early buyback coming out. Gets the kill, but at what cost here? A lot of return coming out. Puppet Master in the background. Couple auto attacks. He will end up falling. Down goes Ravener, and it's falling apart for Reason Gaming right here. Pyromancer also most likely going to get picked up despite of his trample right there. It's a double tap for Root of Zeon Torturer. The buyback unsuccessful for Reason Gaming right there.
I just don't understand why Reason are trying to take a team fight. Okay, yeah, you lose your Tempest, but that was 5 heroes dead plus a buyback from Ravener. Like, just all you need is Strong Heads, and then you win team fights. And they need to really delay it until then. And they just gave away like a massive lead to Tree now. They've got 7,000 experience, nearly 5,000 gold now. Like, that was exactly what Tree were looking for, because without that, Tree were looking in quite dire situations. But I mean, Reason just 3 steps behind now.
Yeah. That's, you know, it's going to see earlier buybacks, it definitely is, but usually, you know, obviously you hope for their sake that it comes out on top, but clearly that one not working out right there.
Yeah, no, I'm not really sure what to say of that team fight. That was really poorly executed. Should have left Tempest and gotten out with 1 death, but they went back in, and now, well, instead of forcing Tree to make the decisions as I talked about before, they practically gave it to them right into their hands. So that's really unfortunate there for Reason.
Looks like,
but yeah,
Nolson.
they're closing on items. Wait, what? Who?
Nolson in the works for Dr. Pulsar, looks like.
Oh, well, I guess, I mean, I don't disagree with that, because as Minimag had said, he, like, Puppet is going a Shroud, and Puppet can never kill a Doctor himself with a Nullstone, because any like, good player will be able to blink away after the first spell. Like, if Puppet runs up to you with Shroud, and Puppet shows or Qs you first, he will never be able to get the second spell off. So, unless he has a Hellflower, of course, and pops it, and then Puppet shows. But point being that a good Doctor player, which Hanskin has proved that he is, will definitely be able to react in time. So I don't find that to be a wrong item pickup. Not sure what you think, Minimaggot.
No, I definitely agree. I definitely agree.
Is that a puzzle box that I just saw? I mean, Boxy is actually farming very well as well, 440 gold per minute. And I think he at least purchased a puzzle box, so going to be coming out for him. Another one of those just good items to have, I would think, for him and his team. Tempest, what about Tempest? I mean, is this the case of, do you think Shrunken Head is important in this game? You would still have a Kraken ultimate to be able to stop it, but getting that Shrunken Head is important. Any things left?
One more time, sorry.
On Tempest, Shrunken Head?
Yo, well, he has to get one eventually. The problem is, like, the question is what kind of item progression he should be getting. Yeah, I agree. I would have liked to see him get a mana ring early, but getting it now, like, Ravner obviously doesn't have a mana problem, but they're not really pushing, so I feel like they lost that kind of momentum with the mana ring. So I'm guessing he's going to be going Shrunken Head Blink, which is not too bad. Obviously, no one in the Legion team can cancel him with a Shrunken Head. Except, well, Rhapsody can sit outside with good positioning, and of course Rhapsody ulti through the Tempest hold. But what I personally, like, it's so hard to say. Like, you can ask any player, if Flens was here, what do you think Aimba should do, or me, what do you think Tempest should build? But, like, honestly, it mostly comes down to the feeling. Like, when you're playing in the game, you just know that this is the correct, like, item decision. I know that this will work out. I think this one is the best one. You might even ask your team sometimes if you're not 100% sure. But it all comes down to being in the game. So in this situation, I would say it's a hard choice to make. I want him to eventually have a Blink Shrunken, but if that's either of those items he should be going first, I'm not so sure. Because if he goes Shrunken first, like, what is he really going to be doing?
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like he'll be doing a lot except just sitting there and maybe possibly getting a hole off. But at the same time, it could be really good with the initiation from Ravenor. Like, it's really hard to say from a spectating point of view. But eventually, I would like him to have a Shrunken Head and put Portal Key, although in what order, I can't tell you.
What about Barrier Idol? Would you say that's decent? Like, there's a lot of magic damage here from Tree.
No, only if they were pushing. Like, I feel like that is kind of a push lineup with early game. If they got the early lead, they should have just taken tower after tower. And if they wanted to go high ground, they definitely need a barrier, because if they just go up as a team up through the base with a barrier idol, there's no way they can get initiated on and die. But I feel like now it's too late to get the barrier.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that doesn't help things either right there. You do see Firemaster gets picked off. Ravenor's current high in Dist is 7. Okay, just a small stat right there. Yeah, Embry, unfortunately not having overall the best game. I mean, despite his farm was looking very strong early on, especially with his item build here and everything, it's definitely starting to die off. And remember, too, he's used an earlier buyback that unfortunately didn't really result in the best of light. So, Nullstone has been finished on Handskin. You see Willowkeeper, they're continuing that momentum here. Then now the bottom lane going to be pushing in that tower. Top lane, Puppet Master. He's looking for an opportunity with the Assassin Shroud Invis, but it's not going to happen, unfortunately. And that'll be that. So, bottom tower will end up falling here in the Legion's favor. Actually, initiation coming out for Kraken on a Warbeast. They find him, but do not allow him to even react in time. Beautiful
man down.
catch.
That was man down on Near. I thought that was going to be a double Tempest hole actually onto both of Dr. Repulsor and Kraken, but Near just man down.
I was actually thinking about that as well.
Yeah, like, because the Warbeast was like 20-30% HP, and Near was thinking about it, and then instead he just put keyed away. I thought he could have manned up there. Puppet Master was there as well. I think that's a double tap there.
As soon as I saw Kraken initiating, he should have blinked in and ulted, because the Doctor came in the second point. So I agree with you. Definitely agree.
Man down indeed. Top lane, though, they're going to try to man up right here. Dr. Pulsar, again, he has a Nullstone. There's the opening. Voodoo Puppet comes out to lock her down, but he couldn't get the second crowd control up. Or wait.
Told you.
It looks like he did use both crowd controls.
Yeah, no, Puppet Show came off in the air, like just before he flew away. It was same frame.
Okay.
Well, he shouldn't have ulted first, though. He should have Puppet Showed first.
He should have Puppet Showed first before ultimate. Was a misplay there by Imba Boy.
Yep, I thought so.
So, Doctor gets away, and that's exactly what you're talking about with the Nullstone there. Able to react. And going to be fine. So, yeah, I mean, I want to find light here. I want to find hope. I mean, again, the hope is that when it comes late game, as you were stressing earlier, Minimag, it's like, this late game team is definitely very, very scary, but it's all about getting there, obviously, and especially, and at least with the, decently. At this rate, I mean, it's still okay, but hell, Puppet Master hasn't even been over 300 gold per minute yet, I don't think. Tempest, talking about his kind of impact, he actually does get the portal key here, so has that chance to be able to jump in and, as you're stressing, at least make something happen here at this point. Hey, they land a big Tempest ultimate, then definitely they are in this game and could be.
Problem is that every single hero on Legion can cancel him, so that, it's gonna be really, really tough to get that hole off. But what I'm afraid of him going blink first, that he'll be sitting outside of the fight. He'll be like, oh, gotta get a good hole. Oh, gotta get a good hole.
Yeah.
Instead of being in the fight. Like if he had another item, he could at least be auto-attacking a little bit and staying in the fight, but now I feel like he's going to be a non-factor because he's just going to sit outside and wait for the big hole. But it's very, very possible. We've seen multiple times Tempest players getting a lot of people in their holes, so it has potential, but at the same time, 5 players can cancel you, and it will be very tough. And if you go inside the fight, you will probably most likely get killed. But
Yeah.
I am all in for this. Let's hope he gets a big one and evens out the game.
Yeah, that's how it's from the caster perspective. Always good to see the 3 games, so that's our Reason's trying to do. Force the third and final game. They do push the top tower, but they are going to lose Conquer in the end. I'm pretty sure Reason Gaming definitely very aware that this is going on, of course. Yeah, in fact, they got Hellhound here, but just not comfortable enough to put any kind of fight up at the Conqueror pit. Dr. Pulsar picks it up, that being the token of life, and now into the tower, or into the base even. They're going to look to go, perhaps, as they are making their way towards mid. Puppet Master and Ravener already back, ready to defend here. But you do see Doctor at least leading the way for the time being. Now, bottom and top is being pushed here by our Hellborn side, specifically Warbeast again, doing a bit of that counter, or that split pushing as he can do. And the tower is going to stay alive, it looks like, but just barely. So
I was about to say that it was well played there by Reason, but they actually didn't commit to it because, as you saw, Sane pushed bottom, which was really good. He forced a TP, otherwise they would have lost racks. But they should have immediately chased on Reason and tried to pick a hero off when they're like one of the most important heroes TP back. So they were about to, but they were just like 3 or 4 seconds too late. So it might have been a miscommunication there, but that could have been really big. So good job there by Sane, forcing Kraken back and defending the base push.
Ravener's got a stronger head now as well, so if they can get a stronger head on Puppet Master, even a stronger head on Tempest, I think Reason are still in this game, if not ahead. I know they're going against Token, Dr. Repulsor, but cannot underestimate 4 stronger heads against Tree lineups. So.
Yeah. I mean, as long as they have their base towers, I think Reason Gaming can definitely still feel very comfortable in the overall scheme of things. Because, again, going back to just their potential of what they can be. 1,900 gold saved up on Warbeast with that said. I wonder if we're going to see that Soul's Bulwark perhaps here, or even something like a Brutalizer is a decent pickup at this point of the game, I would think. What about even puzzle blocks for the Warbeast here?
No, not good against the Elephant. Elephant shields first. I mean, if Elephant eats it up, he just takes whatever the reduction is.
Yeah.
He doesn't take the full damage because the shield pops up before the damage taken,
Okay.
so if he eats the purple one, he mitigates a little bit of the damage.
Yeah.
So.
The fact that he can even do that, too, is obviously enough of a reason to not want to go for it. It looks like he's going to go the Brutalizer route, actually.
I think that's the best pickup, because they need some extra lockdown, and like, it can never hurt. And I mean, if they can somehow get like a lucky Brutalizer proc on Dr. Repulsor, that's kind of like a second stun on him, and that might be the difference between him surviving and dying. So I think it's a good pickup.
Yeah, I think I agree. I don't think I think it would have a little bit more impact than Bulwark right now, like in the coming fight.
Yeah. What is Warbeast
what are
actually?
you
He kind of
doing? He
turned
turned
around
around.
right there. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what he was thinking. Zane ends up going down. Now they are pushing the top lane in the meantime. Cthulhu Font, though, he plants a beautiful line set on both. Puppet Master ends up falling. The Puzzle Box Minion is assisting with that. Pyromancer, he's going to end up going down on top of it as well. What just happened for Reason Gaming? It's like everything just turned off for a couple seconds right there. Ravener, he's going to try to go up all out and gets Rhapsody in the background. He gets pulled in, though, by Dr. Pulsar. It's going to be too much damage. He ends up falling. There's no buybacks to be had. Just like that, I mean, that could even be the game at that point. As they're just going to push the middle racks right here. They're going to easily get both. And now work their way to the bottom. Okay, Emma Boy did buy back, by the way, but...
I don't know what happened there. Like, Bray went in and Tempest was just sitting behind. I'm not sure what they were trying to achieve with that play.
Yeah.
Maybe they wanted to try and go in or not. This will be tough. This will be tough. We need a 5-man Tempest hole, so I believe in Nier.
That's
I mean, I believe Crack is gonna miss his charge right here and like just get stuck in the Tempest hole.
I
mean, we get a turn.
Are they going to be able to get time? I mean, Warbeast just comes up. He does have his ulti form with that shrunken head, so yeah, this is a chance right here. Can Nier get something big? I mean, look at the spread, though, for Willowkeeper. They're not giving him even a slight chance here at this point, and they ultimately will fall back, it looks like, for the time being at least. But it's safe to say they got plenty of damage done here. They got the middle racks easily. They save everything at their base. Doctor kind of going in on just the minions right there. And maybe trying to bait something out. He has the token, of course, for another minute remaining. So there we go. Cthulhu tramples on a Pyromancer will lead things off Ravener. He jumps Dr. Pulsar in the meantime. Doctor getting low, but not low enough. Again, he even has a token. So, and the fact that they're not able to kill him right off the bat, that's pretty bad news right there. He is able to get away once again. He tried to go for another kill. A little greedy. He's going to end up falling in the end. But at what cost here? He's going to come right back up. Full mana, full line. Puppet Master gets locked down for the kill. He has no more buybacks, and I think we might be seeing the flag thrown in right here by Reason Gaming, unless the tab is ultimate. No, it canceled immediately. And that could secure it right there, if anything. So yeah, GG's being called. It looks like it will be official. Willowkeeper going to take game 2, and thus the series over Recent Gaming here as a result. And again, that's big, big, big because Willowkeeper, they are going to remain in Diamond Division, and they also stay alive here throughout Cycle 4. But Recent Gaming, unfortunately, the road is over for Diamond for now. They're going to be bumped down to Gold Division leading into Cycle 5. So, but congratulations to Willowkeeper. That's got to be a good feeling. Able to stay alive at the very least. So, final thoughts, guys. Minimag, I'll start with you.
I don't know. I just think that Reason in both games actually had a strong chance actually to sort of take the game and actually knock Tree down to gold. And it just didn't feel like they took the opportunities and took the chances they had. I mean, in Reason, I think the biggest turning point in this game was the team fight bottom where they lost Tempest and then they lost the other 5 heroes and Ravener brought back as well. That delayed strong heads on everyone, and from there, Tree just took advantage of it and snowballed because of it. But congratulations to Tree, of course. But yeah, I just think Reason have a little bit more practice to do, and I guess they're going to get it in Gold Division next cycle. But
hopefully that works out for them. And